If there's any industry that was long overdue for a good satire, it's the one where people wait for months for a reservation at a restaurant where they make overpriced food the size of your goddamn pinky finger. It's low-hanging fruit, but I can guarantee you've never seen fine dining like this before. Buckle up. What's up, guys? I'm Sully Streams. I post videos every week about which movies are actually worth your time and which ones are just hot garbage. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you keep on adding to that never-ending watch list. And today I'm excited because we're talking about the new thriller satire, The Menu. All you need to know about this one is that it's about an insanely exclusive restaurant, so much so that it's on its own private island. Rich people and foodies alike are salivating at the chance of getting an invite to this place because the head chef is just an absolute genius in the kitchen. But when the guests start to arrive, it appears that a 5-course meal isn't the only thing this guy has prepared for them. So this movie's been on my most anticipated list for a long time, but I feel like if you hear the plot of this one in passing, you're like, okay, it sounds interesting enough, I guess. But if I tell you, Anya Taylor-Joy goes toe-to-toe with an evil chef played by Ralph Fiennes, directed by the guy behind Succession, I mean, what else more do you need? The man behind the camera this time around is Mark Mylod, and like I just mentioned, he's most famous for his work in TV and directed a bunch of Succession, Game of Thrones, and Shameless. I think Succession's one of the best put together shows in recent years, so when I heard that this guy was directing The Menu, I mean, it just sounded like a perfect fit. Critiquing the rich is his specialty. The majority of the movie takes place in one single room, but it doesn't feel like it does, which is a total testament to how expertly crafted and structured this movie is. And the way that it's filmed is so sleek and meticulous, much like the subject matter itself of making these overly detailed and like ridiculous small plates, which sounds pretentious as all hell, but that's the intentional vibe of the movie, so it really works. I'm a massive Ralph Fiennes fan. I don't think he's ever turned out a bad performance in his entire career. The dude is just an actor in every sense of the word. Takes a wide variety of roles, can handle any genre, and the guy's just a chameleon, even though he rarely changes his appearance. In this movie, he's intimidating and menacing as all hell. His character is very layered, but they only give us a tiny trail of breadcrumbs to try and figure out what makes this guy tick, which is perfectly executed to keep him as this like powerful and mysterious central figure that you want to impress but you're also afraid of. And then what can I say about Anya Taylor-Joy? She's become a star over the last 5 or so years, and rightfully so. She picks interesting projects and always thrives in them. And her character in this movie is so important because she's the one we relate to. She's in a room full of the biggest food snobs on the entire planet when she can't tell the difference between a $100 steak and a Happy Meal. So she's us essentially, unless you know a ton about food, in which case this movie does not end well for you. But she keeps things interesting by constantly challenging the Ralph Fiennes character. Maybe he brings out like an expensive morsel that's the size of a pinhead and everybody's amazed, but she's like, so what? This is bullshit. And I've seen enough Hell's Kitchen to know you do not talk back to the head chef. What surprised me the most about The Menu is just how funny it is. It probably shouldn't have because the director handles a lot of Succession, and even though that's a drama at its core, it can still be extremely funny. I probably laughed like a dozen times during this movie. The crowd really responded to it, and all of the side characters are expertly cast. They really feel like a true embodiment of the stereotype they're clearly trying to replicate. The actor that earns the most laughs in this movie is probably Nicholas Hoult. I thought he was fantastic in this film. He plays an insanely over-exaggerated foodie. This guy has studied everything there is to know about the food, the restaurant, and this chef, and he wants everybody to know that. He's totally geeking out in the presence of this guy that he idolizes and making a total ass of himself, which makes for some of the most funny, awkward, and high-tension exchanges in the entire movie. Even during total moments of chaos, his character was always doing something that made me laugh in between all of the thrills. One thing I want to mention before we wrap up here is that I've seen some people talking on the internet saying that they're not really interested in seeing this movie because they think it's going to be a lot like the horror movie Fresh that came out earlier this year. If you haven't seen that movie, I'm not really going to go into what that means due to spoilers, but if you have seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If that's what you're worried about, don't be. The Menu is completely different. It was constantly subverting my expectations, so if you go into this one with an open mind and ready for anything, I guarantee you'll be impressed. The Menu is a hilarious and twisted little thriller about the world of fine dining and obnoxious foodies. Sorry about the pun here, but Ralph Fiennes and Anya Taylor-Joy absolutely eat up every single second of screen time they're given here, and it's super entertaining seeing both of them challenge each other. Obviously, different types of satire work for different types of people, so it might not appeal to everybody, but this movie is hilarious as it is unpredictable, and you won't be able to guess what's happening next, which is the best part. The Menu gets a Sully score of 4 stars. So that's my review of The Menu. I don't think I'm going to be going to any exclusive tastings after this one. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to go check this one out or if you've already seen it. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you guys at the next video.